Sweet, come up to me. When was the last time the Mules were 4-0? 1957.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've never seen it.
1957. We've got a great crowd over here on the other side. A lot of people from Fairfield came up, and it doesn't get any better than this, Stanley.
Here we go. There's the kickoff. High, short kick by Jeremy Ellis, taken by an up man, and heading straight up the field and getting whacked down hard by Marty David was number 35, and that jersey belongs to Eric Wolf, 5'11", 150-pound junior. And he was hit and dropped at the 33-yard line where Salem will start 1st and 10. So we'll see what the Mules do here defensively, Bob, and looks like they're going to go with
44.
The 43, and they're going to put Marty in the middle and Daren Milner to the outside, which is a bit of a switch, but Marty's got weeks, I believe. And there's the option play with power. He's got good yardage. Breaks to the outside, still on his feet. He's in Mule territory, down to the 44. That's the play the Mules were really wary of, Bob, and they ran it for big yards.
Well, Power just came around, and when he got around the end got pushed in. And, hey, he had a lot of room to run. Didn't need to pitch. Took it right up the field.
That was a big gain all the way down to the Mule 45-yard line, where it's a 1st and 10 for the Salem Wildcats, and Kurt Robbins got pinched in as his end spot, and that opened it wide open. This time they have the wide side to the other side of the field. Let's see what they do on 1st and 10. Rob Power has them in a run-and-shoot offense. Man in motion. There's the snap. They want to throw deep down the field, and Richard Reid knocks it away. Nice play, Richard. Richard Reid streaking over on the coverage, knocked it away from the intended receiver, which was Tim Crippen, number 16. And Richard got there just in time, Bob.
Yeah, he did. He played it very well. Matt Hodges was trailing Crippen, and the pass was going to be over him, and Richard came across from a safety spot and did the thing he had to do. Just knocked the pass down. Didn't try to intercept, just knocked it down to make sure that the pass was not completed.
Salem went for the big bucks and came up empty. Power takes the snap, and they keep it on the option, and this time Kurt Robbins stuffs him, along with help from Seth Hardin for a loss on the play. Kurt was there that time, Bob. Johnny on the spot where he should be. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 12 for the Wildcats as they put it back at the 47-yard line. So a passing situation here. Johnny Warren has a different jersey on. He's wearing 88. I looked out there, I thought, who's 88? And I figured it out. That's John. It's got to be. He's playing the safety spot. We don't have an 88 on our roster.
Okay.
John normally wears 15. I don't know why we changed, but he did. Wishbone for Salem with 2 tight ends on 3rd and 12. That's an odd set on 3rd and 12. And Power rolls out and wants to throw the football. Hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Seth Harnden whopped him down just as he threw the football, and the pass is incomplete, and that'll bring up a 4th and 12, and most likely Salem will punt at their own, or at the Mule 47. Try to pin the Mules back deep, and let's see if the Mules go for the block. Courtney Kaler is the kicker for Salem. He leads the conference in punting, and surprisingly, he has punted the ball 11 times this year, which for the high-powered Salem offense is quite a few, I thought. So the Mules will get the ball. There is the snap, kind of a wobbly snap, but handled, and the kick's not a great one, but it's going to roll. John Warren picks it up at the 10. He's to the 15. He's to the 20. And now he's hit hard and dropped back at the 23. So that's when the Mules will start 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Maybe the 24.
We're going to get a good spot, 24-yard line. Matter of fact, it's...
wow, where he's standing is the 25. We get that.
The nose is just right at the 25.
That's a real generous spot.
That's a good spot.
Excellent spot, yes. Thank you, sir. Here come the Mules out of the huddle. They're in a bone. Wide right is Jason Baker. Kip Walters takes Jeremy Ellis' snap, and he hands off, and straight ahead comes Eric Simpson. Eric crosses the 30 to about the 31-yard line, a pickup of about 5 or 6 on the play, depending on where they spot the football.
I think they're going to put it right square on the other nose is just to the other side of the 30, so let's call it the 30-yard line.
5.5 yards on the carry for Eric, and the Mules have a 2nd and a short 5 now at their own 30-yard line. Again, out of the wishbone backfield, Kip Walters takes the snap. This is Daren Milner, and Daren fights for about 3. He got that mostly on his own.
He got stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, and just good power running by Daren Milner got him those 3 yards.
So 3rd and a yard for the Mules. They have to just nose it up to the 35, and they're at about the 33 and a half. Quick pitch goes outside to Eric Simpson. He's got the first down and more. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. So the Mules get the initial first down of the night for their offense. And Salem got one in their first possession. Let's see what the Mules do now with a new set of downs. 1st and 10 at their own 38, they'll call it. And didn't get quite as good a spot that time, did we?
No, not quite. That makes up for the other one. Still first down.
1st and 10 for the Mules at their own 38. Walters sets them down. There's the snap. Straight ahead goes Eric Simpson for about 5 more yards as the offensive line, Bob, which has been doing a job all year, is doing it again. That's right. Jeremy Ellis and Justin Townsend and Chad Richardson, Zack Large and Cam Tullis across the front.
Excellent hole right there that time, Stanley, as Eric got about 3 yards before he was ever hit.
2nd and 5 for the Mules at the 43-yard line. There's the snap. Handoff straight ahead once again. And breaking through is Matt Link, and he's into the Salem territory all the way down to the Salem 46 before he's hit and dropped. And this is an impressive drive right now for the Mules all on the ground.
Again, good second effort by the Mule runners, Stanley. Matt looked like he was going to be stopped for about a 3-yard gain, broke loose, and Rob Power had to come up out of the secondary to keep him from going all the way.
Salem playing at 52, by the way. Mules with a 1st and 10 at the Salem 46. Kip wants to throw for the first time tonight. Downfield for Richard, and it is well covered and incomplete. Rob Power, the quarterback, was on the coverage there, Bob, and he was right there where he should have been.
Step for step with Richard Reid, and again, he did the thing he was supposed to do. Just reached up, knocked the pass away. Didn't try to intercept it. Didn't try to do anything with Richard. Just knocked the ball down. Incomplete. Mules looking at 2nd and 10.
We understand after Sam Irwin shredded this Salem defense last week, they changed all 4 defensive backs for tonight's game. So they have 4 new starters in at defensive back. 2 corners and 2 safeties. There's the snap. Quick pitch goes out to Eric Simpson. He turns the corner. He gets about 5 down to the 44-yard line, or the 34 or 39-yard line, I should say, where it'll be 3rd down and about 5 for the Mules. Well, yeah, we'll call it about 5 to the 40-yard line.
Right, squarely on the 40-yard line.
Walters gets the play from Bob Hadfield, who is Natalie attired once again this evening.
The Mules must get just shy of the 45, so it's a short 5.
They fake the quick pitch. Pass goes out here to Daren Milner. He's streaking down the sideline. He's got 1 man to beat. And he is brought down by Crippen at about the 11-yard line. Pass to Daren Milner out of the backfield. He went down the sidelines. Crippen was the only man who could get him, and he did. At about the, let's call it the 12-yard line, where the Mules will have it 1st and 10.
Stanley, the Wildcat defense bit on that fake right up the middle. And Daren went out to the south side there, and beautiful pass by Kip Walters. He laid it right on the money, hit Daren right in stride.
Yeah, he had beaten the corner by about a step, and that was all he needed. There's the snap. The handoff goes to Eric Simpson. Straight ahead he goes to about the 9, where he stopped. About a 3-yard pickup on the play for the Mules.
Mules can get a first down here without scoring. Important point.
At the 2-yard line, it would be a first down. They'll give him to the 9, a short 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for the Mules at the Salem 9-yard line. Here come the Mules out of the huddle with the pro set. Walters wants a timeout. He didn't like what he saw out of Salem. He calls a timeout. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Long 7 at the Salem 9-yard line with 6:46 to go in the first quarter. Pitch to Eric Simpson. He gets a block from Tullis. He cuts inside. He's dropped down at about the 5. Maybe the 4. Let's see where they spot the football. It'll bring up 3rd down.
I think they're going to put it just inside the 5-yard line.
So it's going to be 3rd down and a long 3 for the Mules to get down to about the 1.5 for a first down. And, of course, Bob, they have 2 downs to do it unless we kick a field goal.
2 down territory.
Unless we kick a field goal.
2 down territory.
Pro set again for the Mules. Kip Walters takes the snap. He hands it off to Daren Milner. Daren cracking forward, and it is a touchdown. Daren Milner from 4 yards out. With 6:07 to go in the first quarter of play, and the Mules take the lead 6-0 over the Salem Wildcats. And in their first possession of the night, the Mules drove it 75 yards for a touchdown. And we'll go for the two-point conversion right here. Mules will put it on the left hash. John Warren will quarterback on the extra point. And Warren sets him down. Mules shift to the eye. There's the snap. And they fake the handoff to Milner, and the pass is knocked away and incomplete. So the two-point conversion fails. It's the Mules 6, Salem nothing. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Mules take the lead 6-0 over the Salem Wildcats, Bob, and that's what we wanted to do. Get out here on top to open the ball game.
Well, Mules, as you said, they took it, marched it right down the field, and put Salem in a hole to start with, and that's exactly what we want to do.
Mules kickoff just went out of bounds, so I would imagine Salem will make them kick it again.
Well, the offense is coming on.
Yeah, maybe they're going to take it right where it is. They have that option, you know, and it's at the 28. I wouldn't think they'd do that.
Well, they're marking it out of bounds at the 35.
Oh, I saw the other official standing there. I thought he was marking the out of bounds.
Well, I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Well, then Salem
he's standing where the flag is.
Yeah, I thought it was back there.
Why do we have two spots here?
I don't know. Well, they can take it at the 35 if they wish. That's another one of the options.
No, they're going to make them kick it again.
Yeah, they can take it at the 35. They can take it where it went out of bounds, or they can make them kick again. That's why the official was standing at the 35.
I see. Glad you cleared that up. For those of you that didn't make the trek up, and though we have a good crowd up here from the Mule Country.
Giant crowd.
Traversed up here to Wildcat Country, but
Salem's got a few folks here too.
Salem has a big crowd here, but you're missing the Dandy Bergie.
I know many folks had to stay home for Fun Fest commitments and that.
John Berg gave the poor excuse that he had to work.
And if you folks are listening at the Fun Fest, welcome. This kickoff straight down the middle, and it's picked up at the 20-yard line. And, uh-oh, look out. We got a breakaway here. He's finally dropped down at the Mule 46. Danny Hesterly made the touchdown-saving tackle on Donnie Lowry, who almost broke that one, Bob.
Well, he got away from one of the Mule rushers down at about the 30, between the 30 and the 35. I didn't see who it was. But he sidestepped him, and then, as you said, Hesterly brought him down to save the touchdown.
It was a low line drive kick, and those are hard to cover. It's a run and shoot in the backfield for Salem. They send a man in motion. That's Bobby Donahoe. Marty David faking blitz. There's the snap. They hand off to Weeks, and he gets a yard. He is brought down by Kurt Robbins and Chad Richardson on the play. Mules defensive people thought if the front line makes the tackles on Weeks, Bob, we're going to be in good shape.
Yeah. They gave him a good spot, Stanley. He gets about 2 yards, down about the 44.
Yeah, more like 43. So it's second down and 8 for Salem. At the Mule 43, Mules lead 6-0. We have 5:18 to go in the first quarter. Rob Power, the quarterback, takes the snap, and he hands it off to Weeks, who is across the 40 to about, well, I think they're going to put it right on the 40. That is the case. Just the ball length inside the 40. So it's third down and 5 for Salem. And they're in the gray area, 4-down territory.
Yeah, depending on, I really haven't got any reports on the Salem punting. I don't know how.
Kaler leads the league.
Okay.
And it'll be depending a lot on what they do here on this third down play. Man in motion, there's the snap. They pitch outside to the pitch man, and he's got a lot of room to run. First down and more for the Wildcats. All the way down to the Mule 20, where John Warren finally made the tackle on Brian Crompton. Brian Crompton, a 6'1", 163-pound junior, goes all the way to the Mule 20. First and 10.
Good ball faking on the inside by the Wildcats, Stanley. The Mules bit. And as you said, once he broke the initial line of scrimmage, he had a lot of room to run.
Here come the Wildcats out of the huddle. 1st and 10 at the Mule 20-yard line. Mules lead 6-0, but right now that's in jeopardy as Salem's beginning to get toward the red zone. There's a man in motion, and Weeks gets the football, and he's trying to go forward. Robbins wraps him up, but not before he picked up about 4 yards on the play. Maybe 5, depending on where they spot it. So a good run by Weeks, the fullback, who is the second leading runner in the conference to Daren Milner. Coming into tonight, Daren had a 30-yard lead on him. 5-yard gain, almost 5. 2nd down and a long 5 for Salem, just outside the Mule 15. We could use a fumble or a penalty or something here. In motion goes Crumpton. There is the snap and a handoff straight ahead to Weeks. Weeks will be short of the 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd down and about a yard for Salem. Down near the Mule 11, 12-yard line. Let's call it the 12, 3rd down, and a long yard and a half to go. A little bit less than 2. So a big play here. Of course, now Salem definitely in 3-down, 4-down territory, or they could kick a field goal. They've got a illegal alien that kicks for them.
I see.
Power takes the snap, and he hands it off to Weeks, and he's going to score. Weeks was untouched. Absolutely untouched from 12 yards out, and Salem has tied the ball game at 6 with 2:59 to go here in the 1st quarter. Ryan Weeks was absolutely untouched, so somebody missed an assignment for the Mules there, as he did not have a Mule hand on him as he went 12 yards for the touchdown. And coming on to kick is Alessandro Pelego, a 5'7", 145-pound foreign exchange student from Italy. How come everybody else gets kickers but us in these foreign exchange deals? There's the snap. It's a good one. There's the boot. It's a good one. It's Salem 7 and the Mules 6. 2:59 to go in the 1st. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. In the ball game, 7-6. Mules missed their extra point. Salem got theirs. That's the difference in the ball game right now. There's the kickoff. It's short, coming downfield to Marty David. He drops it, and John Warren picks it up. And he comes straight ahead and gets out to about the 27. So the Mules will start 1st and 10 at their own 27. 4 yards better than last time, or 2 yards better than last time.
That's 75 yards on that last drive. Just got to go 73 this time.
Salem, however, has the lead now, 7-6, as they came right down the field after a good kickoff return and got the touchdown on a 12-yard run by Ryan Weeks. I just can't believe how untouched he was on that.
Oh, it was amazing. He broke the line of scrimmage and nobody was there.
There's the snap. They hand off on the counter play, and carrying the football straight ahead for the Mules is Daren Milner across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. So about a 5-yard pickup on the play for Milner. Yeah, about 4, let's call it. So it's 2nd down and 6 for the Mules at their own 31 and a half. Here come the Mules out of the huddle in the bone. Walters sets them down. There's the snap. Daren Milner once again with the football. Daren has the 1st down as he cracks down to about the 39-yard. Well, maybe he does. They're giving him kind of a iffy spot back there at the 38, but I still think that's enough for the 1st. It is. 1st and 10 for the Mules at their own 38-yard line with 2:05 to go in the 1st quarter of play. The clock now moves after the sticks are set. Mules trail 7-6. We're in the 1st quarter. Mules with the 1st and 10 at their own 38. Walters with them in a bone. Kip sets him down. There's the snap. Hand off to Daren Milner, hitting the backfield and nowhere. This time he's stacked up for a loss maybe, or might get the line of scrimmage at best. Well, about a half-yard loss on the play. So still essentially 2nd and 10 at the Mule 38-yard line. And let's see if Kip wants to put it up here on 2nd and 10. They'll go with the...
that little nice little pass out in the flat to Milner looked good last time.
Pro set in the backfield. There's the snap. Kip wants to throw the ball, and he does, right down the middle to Richard Reid. Richard trying to get to the outside, still on his feet, and he's finally hit and dropped at the 39. I tell you what, Crippen saved 2 touchdowns here tonight, Bob. Richard gets away from Crippen, he's gone.
I thought he was going to get away. Crippen just grabbed him by the jersey and finally drug him down, got his knee down on the ground. They're going to spot it right on the 40-yard line of the Salem Wildcats.
Well, we're seeing some offense tonight, aren't we? A minute to go in the first quarter. Mules have a 1st and 10 at the Salem 40. There's the snap. Pitch outside to Eric Simpson. Gets a good block from Cam Tullis. Eric's down the sideline. He's all the way down to about the 15. And again, Tim Crippen saves a touchdown, Bob.
Well, you know, they talk about whenever the corners and the safeties have to make all the tackles, they're in bad shape. You remember how we used to talk about that when the Mules did?
Yeah, we hit a lot of that.
And that's what's happening here tonight. The Mule offensive line is doing an outstanding job.
Ball's down at the Salem 14-yard line where the Mules have it 1st and 10. Clock stopped as Eric was tackled out of bounds with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. Mules trail 7-6. Walters takes the snap. Hands off to Daren Milner. Daren's got a little bit of a running room, but not much. Down to maybe the 11. Depends on where they put it. Possibly the 12. Possibly the 13.
About the 13.
1 yard. 2nd and 9 for the Mules at the 13. I thought he got a little more than that. Evidently not. So the Mules have 2nd down and 9 at their own 13-yard, the Salem 13-yard line with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. And this will likely be the last play of the period. Pro set in the backfield. There's a pitch out to Eric Simpson. He gets around the corner, still running. Touchdown. Is he in?
Mules think so.
Mules are hollering touchdown. No official signal yet.
I think they're going to mark him out at about the 1 foot.
Yeah, they're marking him out of bounds at the 1 yard line.
1 yard line.
1st and goal for the Mules with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter at the 1 yard line of the Salem Wildcats. Well, the Wildcats keying on Daren Milner quite a bit, Bob, and Eric's having a big night so far.
Eric doing an excellent job of running, and the offensive line is coming out there and blowing him a hole, and he's hitting it.
The clock stopped as Eric went out of bounds with 8 seconds left in the period. This will be the last play of the first quarter for the Mules, who trail 7-6, but have a 1st and goal at the Salem 1 yard line. Kip sets him down. From a yard away, the handoff goes to Eric Simpson. Oh, is he hammered? No gain on the play.
Matter of fact, he might have lost a little.
He went up, straight up into that line, and somebody knocked him backwards on his back. They give him about a half a yard, but that's all. First quarter is over. It's Salem 7, the Mules 6. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Mules will have a 2nd and goal. The ball is at the about 1 foot line down there. As Eric Simpson was cracking up into the hole, Ryan Weeks guessed correctly from his linebacker spot, filled the right hole. That's a matter of guessing right, Bob, when you do that.
It's impressive when you do, though.
Mules out of the bone. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go from about a foot away. Walters goes straight ahead on the sneak, and he's in for the touch. Well, there's no signal yet. He's laying across the goal line. He's laying in the end zone. Well, they spot him down a little bit away, but he's laying in the end zone.
Oh, Walters is hot. He's having a fit.
He was laying in the end zone. His upper torso was across the goal line. So it's 3rd and goal for the Mules, now about an inch away from the goal line.
I was going to say, the ball's all but touching the goal line.
I don't know how they could spot him there. He was laying in the end zone. Well, see if the Mules do the same thing. Now they hand it off to Milner, and Daren says, we're going to get this business over with right now. Daren Milner will call it from a yard out, puts the Mules on top 12-7, and the Mules really need the 2-point conversion now. It's not a matter of wanting to get it. The Mules need to have it now to get the 7-point spread. They lead by 5 at the moment, 12-7 with 11:19 to go in the second period of play. The Mules have had the ball twice, driven it down for 2 touchdowns. Salem's had the ball twice, got 1 touchdown. Jeremy Ellis up over the football. John Warren will run the 2-point conversion play. Mules shift to an I. There's the snap. Warren wants to throw, and Kirk Robbins has it. The 2-point conversion is good. It's the Mules 14, Salem 7. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Mules kickoff is short downfield, and bringing the ball back is Donahoe. This time not for nearly as good a yardage as it was the other time. So, yeah. He's wearing 88. John Warren's wearing 88. We don't have an 86.
Right there, 88, John Warren.
So the Mules have stopped the return at the 32-yard line. Carrying the football was Donnie Lowry that time. I said Donahoe, it was Donnie Lowry. And Rob Powers sets him down. Salem's had the ball twice, scored once. There's a quick snap and handoff and a fumble, and it's picked up. Running with the football is Chad Richardson. He's going to score. Chad Richardson for the touchdown. It's great to see one of the BFDLs get in there for a touchdown, Bob. And Chad did it from about 30 yards out?
33.
33 yards out. And it'll be a touchdown for the Fairfield Mules as Chad Richardson picks up the fumble and rumbles into the end zone for the touchdown. So Chad Richardson puts the Mules on the board. And boy, that's got to be a thrill for him. You know it does. Those big hosses work so hard in practice in the heat and the sweat and everything and never see that pumpkin. And he picked it up and rambled on into the end zone for the score. And the Mules will go for two once again, now leading 20-7 with 10:47 to go here in the second period of play. Warren puts him in an eye. There's the snap. They fake the handoff. And John Warren throws the ball for Brooke Clayton, and it's knocked away incomplete. Boy, if you looked over the middle, Richard was there. Well, it's the Mules 20, Salem 7. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Jeremy Ellis's kick is downfield. Picked up by Crippen. Crippen looking for the middle of the field. Uh-oh. He's going to be drugged down from behind by Danny Hesterly at the 40, and it's a good thing Danny got him. He had room to run to the outside, but Danny made the play, Bob, out at the 40-yard line.
Good job by the sophomore. Stanley, Scott Fuhrhop talked about in the pregame show who's going to get the breaks. There's the first break for the Mules.
By the way, I should explain to the fans what a BFDL is. I'll do it after this play. Salem comes out in a run and shoot. 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. They send Crompton in motion. Power wants to throw the ball. The pass is incomplete, intended on the wing for number 30, Bobby Donahoe. And it is 2nd and 10 for Salem at their own 41. BFDL, big, fat, dumb lineman. That is a term of affection used by Coach Fuhrhop, Bob, when he works with the linemen. He doesn't mean anything derogatory or nasty about it, and the kids accept it as it is. But it's a lot of fun. One of those guys gets his hands on the ball. 2nd and 10 for Salem at their own 41 out of the run and shoot. Power two-step drop. Pass is incomplete and very nearly picked by the Mules. Coverage put on by Matt Link as he whopped Crompton. And Matt Hodges turned around looking for that tipped football but couldn't get it. 3rd and 10 for Salem. There is a flag down.
I think it's going to be illegal procedure on the...
It's an illegal motion penalty. I'm sure the Mules will decline it. Marty David said, no, we don't want it.
Roll it down. Since the pass was incomplete, you're looking at 3rd down now.
Bill Morgan. Bill Morgan, Salemite, former Crossvillian, up here in the booth. Probably wants to get down and talk to the Holly boys, don't you? 3rd and 10 for the Mules, or for the Wildcats at the Wildcat 41. And the Mules may blitz here. This would be a good blitzing down. Let's see if they do. Power. Hands off on the trap. Fumble! Loose ball. It's going to be the Mules. It's picked up by Robbins. He's brought down by Power, but at the 37 or 8-yard line, and the Mules will have it 1st and 10, Bob.
Second break goes the Mule way.
So the Mules have great field position here. We'll call it the Salem 37, 1st and 10. They already lead 20-7. We have 10:13 to go here in the second period of play. Kip Walters and Richard Reid come in from the sideline to tell the rest of the squad what Coach Bob Hadfield wants to run here. Walters takes the snap, fakes the quick pop, goes on the go to Richard Reid, and he threw it away. That's a good read by Kip. Richard was double covered, and Kip just fired it out of bounds.
He didn't have anybody else open. And again, Stanley, the offensive line, though, gave him the chance because the short guy sucked up on the pump, But then, as you said, good coverage down the sideline, and Kip just threw it away.
Bob Hadfield going for an artery, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. You ought to love it.
I do. Here come the Mules out of the huddle with the pro set formation. Salem looks a bit confused, and Daren Milner's got a lot of room to run. Gets a good block outside and turns the corner. Down the sideline he goes. He's knocked out of bounds at about the Salem 15-yard line.
Well, you know, Stanley, we talked about it before. We knew there'd be a lot of offense in this ball game, and Fuhrhop hit it on the nose as whoever gets the breaks is gonna win the ball game. Mules right now are on the upside. Old Mo wearing the white shirt right now.
Trying to cash in on 2 turnovers. They took 1 turnover in for a touchdown immediately on the fumble recovery and the run-in. And now the Mules get it back, and they're 1st and 10. Where they put 17?
About to 17.
1st and 10 at the Salem 17-yard line. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Eric Simpson. He's got a hole. He cracks down across the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Good pickup on the play by the Mules. They appear to be spotting it right about the 10. Just inside the 10. We'll call it 2nd down and a short 4 for the Mules at that point on the field.
Again, a good hole right up the middle. Offensive line doing the job, Stanley.
Here come the Mules out of the huddle. Kip Walters takes the snap. Flag is down. This is going to hit on the Mules because they stopped the play. Unless Salem lined up offside, but usually when they stop the play like that, it's because the offense did something. And it is a dead ball foul encroachment against Salem.
Whoa!
So
give the Mules a 1st down.
1st and goal for the Mules at the 5. Scott Stewart is not happy with the call. He was talking to the linesman about it and didn't like the explanation. It will be 1st down and goal to go for the Mules at the 5-yard line. 9:17 to go in the 2nd quarter. The Mules 20, Salem 7. 1st and goal for the Mules at the Salem 5. Mules in the wishbone. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Milner. Milner gets a lead block from Marty David and gets inside the 3 to about the 2, maybe the 1.
So they're going to mark him about the 2.
2nd down and goal to go for the Mules. Let's call it the 2-yard line. Marty David leads the lineup in favor of Eric Simpson. And also coming in is Matt Link in favor of Brooke Clayton. They had the big hosses in on the lead block, Clayton and David. They do lead well, Bob. Now it's back to the more conventional backfield for the Mules. 2nd down and 2. There's the snap. Handoff to Eric Simpson. Touchdown, Mules. Eric Simpson from 2 yards out. It's the Mules 26. Salem 7. 8:32 to go here in the 2nd period of play, and the extra point attempt upcoming. See if the Mules can get their 2-point conversion here. They've made 1 and missed 2. You get half of them, that's the same as kicking 4.
Yeah. That'd make you happy, wouldn't it?
I'd like to see 28 on the board, yes. I like those multiples of 7. Mules. Quick pitch to Daren Milner. He's got a race on. Nice block, Zack Large. And the Mules get in there. Uh-oh, flag down.
That's not a good sign.
It looked like a good block to me from Zack, but we'll wait to see what the official says. They're pointing to the Mules. It's going to be on the Mules.
Flip.
Yeah, they probably call a holding. They do. It looked like a good block from Zack, but they said he was holding. So let's see if the Mules kick this time. They will. Kip Walters will kick it now.
Try his leg out.
Well, where are they going to put the football? Mules don't want it on the hash now, I'm sure. It's a 10-yard penalty. So that should put it at, well, wait a minute. It should be from the spot of the foul. Where did they say got him at, the 5?
I think he found, he took it back now. That's the 13.
Okay, it's at the 13.
10-yard line.
And this will be a 30-yard kick for Kip. Brooke Clayton will hold. Chad Richardson will snap.
Don't forget now, Kip's the quarterback.
Yes, he is. Snap is high but handle. Kick is up, and I don't think he got it. It was wide to the left. Plenty of distance, but wide to the left. So it's the Mules 26, Salem 7. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. This is once again by Crippen. Well, I'll tell you what, they're so close to breaking these. He gets out to about the 42-yard line, Bob. These are dangerous, in my opinion.
Well, you know, we talked about last week, the Olney Tigers had some good returns against the Mules, as the kick return has not been one of the bright spots of special teams. But
well, you know, those low line drive kicks are hard to cover. They get down there in a hurry, and the guy's got a head of steam before you ever meet him.
Well, and he gets a chance to set up a wall.
Salem in a run and shoot, trailing now 26-7. First and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Marty David fakes blitz. There's the handoff straight ahead to Weeks, and he's going to get good yardage almost to midfield. He is brought down by Milner and Link, but not before he picks up yardage to the midfield stripe. So about a 7 or almost 8 yard, let's call it a 7-yard gain for Salem. Well, long 3, a short 4 for Salem, as it's just shy of midfield. Call it at Salem 49, second down and 4. Run and shoot for Salem. Power has a man in motion. There's the snap. They go on the option. They pitch it outside to Crompton, and he's got the first down for Salem, I think. It's very close. Marty David and Daren Milner, Jimmy Milner on the tackle. It'll be very close to the first down.
I believe it's a little short.
Yeah, they're going to measure it, but I think you're right, Bob. I think they're that far short. See how good we are. Bob borrowed Bill Holly's binoculars to put on there. And they'll bring the sticks out. So it's either going to be third and short or first and 10 for Salem at the Mules 48-yard line. And they stretch the sticks, and they're short about a foot, which is what we thought. So it's a third down and short for Salem at the Mule 48-yard line. There's a free down here, Bob.
We'll see what the Wildcats choose to do.
Because I think trailing 26-7, even if they don't get it here, they'll go for it.
Oh, I think so. I think so.
Especially in Mule territory at the Mule 48. Here come the Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. The official blows the ball into play. And they come with a wishbone. There's the snap. On the option play, Power's got a lot of room to run. He turns it up to the outside, and he's finally going to be brought down at the Mule 30, but it was first down by plenty there, and first and 10 at the Mule 30 for Salem. Tell you what, that was defensive defense there by the Mules, Bob. They gave ground in order to make sure they got the tackle, did Richard Reid and Matt Link.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't want to go up and miss him, because if they missed him, it's green grass and goal line.
So Salem has a first down at the 30.
Boy, they run that option so well, Stanley.
Here come the Wildcats out of the huddle with a wishbone in the backfield. That's what they run the option out of most of the time. It's been working well. I don't know why they're not going to it more. There's the snap. There's the option. And Power is hit and dropped. A shoestring tackle by Kirk Robbins. Really kind of got him around the neck and brought him down. About a 2-yard gain on the play to the 28. It'll be second down and 8 for Salem. But again, Bob, there was a lot of room there had Kurt not got a hand on him.
Saved big yardage right there. Kurt, just at the last instance, got away from his block and got out there just enough to get a hand on him to trip him up. Had he not done that, it was big yardage on the option again.
Salem with the wishbone backfield. I bet they're going to run it again. That's been working for them.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Power taking a long time. There's the snap and a fumble. Weeks got it back and got maybe a yard. And everybody looked down on the ground real quick, so it must have bounced right back to him.
Had to. I couldn't see so many players around.
27-yard line of the Mules. Salem has third down and 7 now, with 5:48 to go in the first half, and the Mules leading 26-7. It would behoove the Mules to hold them here and keep this 3-touchdown spread. It's actually a 19-point spread. Power on 3rd and 7. Wants to throw. Passes downfield and knocked away by Richard Reid and incomplete. Good job by Richard on pass coverage as he knocked it away from Tim Crippen.
Again, as he and Crippen go up at the same time, Richard did the thing he needed to do, and that was knock the pass down.
Make sure that he did not make the reception. That's what Richard did, and it's 4th and 7 for Salem. at the Mule 27-yard line, and they'll go for it. 5:25 to go in the first half. Salem with a run and shoot. Mules go to 61 front, Bob. Power wants to throw again, and this one is picked off by Matt Hodges. Matt Hodges starting up the sideline. He is drugged down by the Salem Wildcats' Adam Bandy before he could get a full head of steam up, but that's the third turnover by Salem tonight, and the Mules have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line as Matt Hodges picked it off. And for just a moment, Bob, he slipped. Had he not slipped when he picked it off, I think he would have had a little better head of steam and maybe got up a little further.
Well, he couldn't get wound up. And as you said, Adam Bandy came up from behind and grabbed him by the shirt and drug him down. If Matt had got a little better start, I don't think he'd have caught him.
Out of the wishbone come the Mules, 1st and 10 at their own 34. Handoff goes to Eric Simpson. He's got a lot of room to run. He's got a 1st down and more all the way across the 45 to about the 46.
Good hard running by Eric Simpson, Stanley, and again, the offensive line opens up that hole right there. And Eric, as you mentioned, got good yardage on the run.
4:58 to go in the second quarter. The Mules lead 26-7. Have the football 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line as Richard Reid brings the play in from the sideline. Here come the Mules out of the huddle. In a wishbone. Reid wide to the left. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Eric Simpson. This time the sledding's a little bit tougher. Eric gets the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Mules. They may give him a yard to the 47, but that would be about it.
That's about what they're going to get.
Well, just a short yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Mules at their own 47-yard line. Baker goes wide right. Pro set in the backfield. There's the snap. Pitch out goes to Danny Hesterly. Hesterly running hard across the 50 to about the 47-yard line. Out the Salem Wildcats, maybe the 48. Bring up 3rd down for the Mules. Lead Danny Hesterly in the backfield early in the ball game, Bob.
But Danny's been doing a good job on the JV level, Stanley. He's been running hard. Evidently had a good week in practice. And as you think, Stanley, the offense has been out there a lot. We need some fresh legs back there.
Here come the Mules out of the huddle. 3rd down and about 5 at the Salem 48-yard line. Walters sets them down. There's the snap. Handoff goes straight ahead, and carrying the football is Matt Link. He's going to be about a yard short. This will bring up an interesting decision here for Bob Hadfield. It's going to be 4th down and about 1 for the Mules at the Salem 45. Mules, I think, are going for it, Bob. Mules are going to go for it. 4th and 1 at the Salem 45, so a big play here. Here come the Mules out of the huddle. 4th and 1 at the Salem 45 for the Mules. Jeremy Ellis up over the ball. Snap, straight ahead goes Walters. He's got the 1st down, I believe. It'll depend on the spot of the football. Looks like he has it, but we'll have to wait and see where they spot it. The officials will look, oh, they gave him a bad spot. I don't think he got it, Bob. They gave a terrible spot. They gave a terrible spot, and I don't think he got it where they put the ball down. No, he didn't get it. That's going to be short about a foot. He didn't get it. That was an awful spot.
Even our counterpart over here said, should have been a 1st down.
Well, it's about like when he went in the end zone, was laying halfway in the end zone. They said he didn't get it. Kip's 6'3", folks. Give him the proper spot.
He's short.
Is it close?
He's short.
He's short 2 inches. Oh, a terrible spot by the officials. Just awful. Well, the Mules got a bad spot there. They really did, folks. I'm not chewing sour grapes here. That was a bad spot.
Kip's telling him about it, too.
Had they put the football down where he landed, it would have been a 1st down by a good half yard. So Salem holds, and it's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 44-yard line. And now the officials blow the play dead for what reason? Timeout called. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Salem will have it 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line after the Mules failed by 2 inches to convert on 4th down. The Mules bench, the Mule team were not happy with the spot of the football, and they'll have to live with it now. Salem has the ball 1st and 10. This could fire them up. 2:46 to go in the first half. There's the snap. Weeks goes straight ahead for about 3 as he crosses the 45 to about the 47-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Salem Wildcats. 2:35 to go in the first half of play. Bob, very conservative call when you're down 26-7 late in the first half.
Well, you know, they have great confidence in their running game. As you mentioned, Ryan Weeks second only to Daren Milner in the conference in rushing. And he is capable of breaking one at any time, so they feel that that's their strong point.
This time out of the run and shoot with a man in motion. There's the snap. Power wants to throw. He is going to throw a screen pass, and it's complete to Weeks, and he's got a lot of blockers. Weeks is going to be hit and dropped in Mule territory all the way down to the 37. A nice screen set up by the Salem Wildcats, and the Mules bit.
Yeah, line came hard.
So, first and 10 for Salem at the Mule, 37, let's call it. 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. The Mules 26, Salem 7. Mules defense going to have to stiffen up here. They send the man in motion. There's the snap. Power wants to throw. He gets the pass away. The receiver eludes one tackler, but not the second wave, and Crompton is brought down across the 35 to about the 34, so about a 3-yard pickup on the pass play.
Had a chance, though, to tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, right where he's standing. I didn't see the Mule that missed him. Minute 25 to go. It's a 3-yard pickup for Salem. They're at the Mule 34-yard line with a second down and 7. Mules lead in the game 26-7. Power takes the snap, short drop. Pass is complete to Crumpton, and he's got a first down and more. He's down to the Mule 16 before Marty David got him from behind. But it's first and 10 for Salem at the Mule 16 with a minute 10 to go in the first half. Salem calls a timeout. Let's take a 30-second pause. This is Mules football on WFIW.
They kind of knocked them back a little bit.
It appeared for all the world like Kip Walters had more than enough yardage for the first down, but it was not to be. Salem first and 10 at the Mule 16. Man in motion is Crompton. Powers keeps it on the option. He's got a lot of room to run. He slips a tackle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Salem. Powers from 16 yards out. And boy, that rotten spot really comes back to haunt the Mules now, because instead of the Mules keeping the ball and going down for another score, Salem comes back and cuts the Mule lead in half. It's now 26-13 with 1:02 to go in the first half, and that was a big, big score for the morale of the Salem Wildcats. And let's see if they go for 2 here or kick the football. They're 13 behind right now. 2 would put them 11 behind. That's what they're going for. They're going for the deuce. Power checks out the Mule defense, sends a man in motion. They hand it off to Weeks, and he doesn't make it. So that's the, Power kept it on the option. That's the extra point negated. It's the Mules leading 26-13. In 30 seconds, we'll be back to Salem. You're listening to Mules Field to John Warren at the 12. Johnny is going to have no blockers as he heads up the field, tries to get to the outside, turns the corner, knocked out of bounds at about the 35. Excellent return for John Warren, Bob.
It sure was, because all the people were up expecting the kick, and as you mentioned, he had to get away from about 6 guys down there as he got around the outside. Good job by John to get what he got. And we'll see what Bob Hadfield has in store here with 54 seconds left in the first half. Mules lead 26-13, and they've got about 67?
Yeah, they put it at the 33.
67 yards to go for the end zone.
We'll see what the Mules do here, if they come out throwing or are content to sit on their 13-point advantage. There's the snap. Walters wants to throw the ball. He has plenty of time. Over the middle he goes. Complete to Danny Hesterly. Danny straight down the middle, down to the Salem 37-yard line. The clock will stop as the sticks are moved. And the Mules huddle up quickly. 44 seconds to go in the first half. Mules have, 2 timeouts left?
Just one.
Just one. John Warren brings in the play, and now Richard Reid comes in. So here come the Mules out of the huddle. First and 10, the clock now moving at the Salem 37. There's the pitch out to John Warren. John looks downfield, throws long for Richard Reid, and it is tipped away. Good defense by Salem. That stops the clock with 25 seconds left in the first half. Salem played it well, Bob.
Yeah, they did. The pass was a little bit weak, And again, it's Tim Crippen over there to knock the pass away. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Mules.
Well, as we said earlier, Salem was shredded last week by Sam Irwin, and we understand they put an entire new defensive backfield in this week. They've done the job so far.
They've done the job.
Mules lead by 13 and have the ball 2nd down and 10 at the Salem 37 with 25 seconds left in the first half. Kip Walters sets them down. There's the snap. They pitch it outside to Danny Hesterly. Danny tries to get to the corner, tries to get to the sidelines, and he is knocked down inbounds. So the clock will move with 15 seconds. Now the Mules take their last time out, I think. 13 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. 13 seconds to go in the first half. It's the Mules 26, Salem 13, and Danny Hesterly picked up about 4 on the play, but that's immaterial now, as the Mules have a couple of plays here to try to go for the end zone with 13 seconds left in the first half.
Well, the thing they've got to look at right now, Stanley, is if you're going to throw the ball, you either got to throw it deep enough to score, or you've got to be on the sideline one way or the other so that you can get out of bounds. Mules are out of timeouts. When you throw the ball, 13 seconds is not enough time to make the pass completion over the middle and get rehuddled.
Not if you can't get 2 plays over the middle. You can get to the outside, but not over the middle.
Right, to the outside. Or if the one is deep enough over the middle, but you got to go to the end zone if you're going to do that.
Yeah, you got to get 6 on that one.
So we'll see what the Mules have called here in the end of the first half here. 13 seconds left in this first half.
And if they're incomplete twice, it's a moot point anyway.
Right. So as the officials now blow it in place, so the Mules have 25 seconds from now to get the play off.
Walters has them up to the line. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Richard Reid.
It was going to be the hook and ladder.
It was going to be the hook and ladder, but they stopped the clock because of the first down. That'll be a break, and the Mules can line up quickly and get a play off. Mules are already at the line of scrimmage, so they'll get a playoff here. This will be the last play of the first half. Now they shift. Kip Walters looks over the defense. They start the clock. There's the snap. Kip goes for the outside to Eric Simpson. He needs a block. He is out of bounds at about the 1 as the half comes to a close. So the Mules are stopped at the 1-yard line as the half comes to a close. Well, a lot of really close calls in it.
What are they?
Well, what's the argument now?
I don't know. The official's still calling the ball and play.
Well, the clock has expired. Oh, there's a player down.
Oh, okay.
There's a player down over there. We cannot see who it is. So that's the end of the first half of play. Our score at halftime: Fairfield Mules 26, the Salem Wildcats 13. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Well, at the moment, I don't.
And welcome back to the SHS field where it's halftime and the Fairfield Mules.
But now the Mules are all bunched up. And
yes, Eric is up there by the water cooler. He is back out at halftime.
And in uniform and ready to go.
Carrying his helmet and looks to be fine and fit.
Yeah, I would imagine it's just a case of getting a little bit of wind knocked out of him. So, Mules have the option this half, and I'm sure they will choose to take the football. If they don't, I'm going to whop my son right upside the head. As he's out there with Kip Walters and Daren Milner, rather, to talk about the option in the second half. We're waiting for the Salem captains. Still a couple of minutes yet before we start the second half. We're in the mandatory warm-up period. Each high school football game, if you wonder if you're at a game and sometime you see the halftime 15 minutes roll off and then they put 3 more up, that is mandatory. The IHSA makes each team take that 3 minutes to loosen up and prepare for the second half, so the possibility of injury is lessened. The 2 fumbles, Bob, you look back on that, and those are the difference in the ball game right now. Salem fumbled twice, and the Mules capitalized on both of them. One they ran in, the other one they drove in after recovering. Mules will receive the football to start the second half, and Salem will defend the south goal which means they'll have a breeze to their back. It's not a real stiff breeze, but a breeze nonetheless. But I think they're more worried about having the scoreboard, and actually they'll not have it in the fourth quarter, so I don't know why they took that in the field. I guess because of the wind.
Well, you know, I assume they're instructed what to do before they go out there, so.
And as I said, the flags are out. There is a breeze, but it's not a breeze so much that I think it's affecting play at all. Well, we have another half of football coming up. The Mules lead 26-13 over the Salem Wildcats. And we'll be getting the football to start the third period of play, and I'm sure the Mules would dearly love to take this third quarter possession, Bob, and drive it right down the field and score and set the tone for the second half. That would force Salem to do a lot of things they really don't want to do.
Well, anytime you got anybody down by 3 touchdowns, you know, it's one of the things that, you know, they have to come back and do things that, you know, normally out of the wishbone, you know, you grind it out on the ground, and you get to the point to where you have to do things that you're not used to doing, such as throwing the ball a lot. Why, it upsets the whole rhythm.
The Mules would like to take the ball, drive it down the field for about 8 or 9 minutes and score, is what they'd like to do. And then leave Salem with a quarter and a little bit more to try to make up 3 touchdowns. So this is an important series coming up for the Fairfield Mules. Brian Quampton set the kickoff for Salem. And there's the boot, straight down the field. And the Mules see it going to the end zone. Matt Hodges and John Warren looked at each other, and it went right in between them and into the end zone.
That was a good kick.
Yes, it was. Very good kick. It hit on about the 8, rolled on in.
Anytime that you can get a high school kid to kick the ball all the way into the end zone, that's a good boot. So the Mules will set up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they have an 80-yard march in front of them to get down to that end line.
About 10 yards a minute would be nice.
So we'll see how the Mules start out.
They pitch it outside to Eric Simpson, who is alive and well, but this time he does not get much, maybe a yard. There was a fumble there, but the Mules got right on it. Jason Baker got it back for the Mules. Let's give Eric maybe a yard to the 21. Will be 2nd down and 9 for the Mules. Of course, Salem, Bob, this is a big series for them. They have to stop the Mules here.
They need to stop the Mules right on to do 2 things, Stanley. They need to get the momentum back on their side wearing the green shirt. And if they can make the Mules go 3 downs and out, that'll put the momentum with them.
Yeah, they'd love to get the Mules to punt. Kip takes the snap. He hands it off to Daren Milner. Not much for Daren, about a yard is all. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 at the 22. So the first 2 plays out of the box, not much shaking there for the Mules, and there is a Mule shaking up on the play. It is Daren Milner. He gets up slowly, but we'll go back to the huddle. 3rd down and 8 for the Mules, and Daren, I think, is going to come out in favor of Danny Hesterly. And such is the case. Daren is trotting off the field, so I think he'll be all right. Might have got a helmet in the ribs or something like that.
Jed Jones is checking him out.
Kip Walters takes the snap. He wants to throw the ball. It is incomplete. Pass was going to be to Eric Simpson, and he would have gotten upfield enough for the first down, but the ball was a little bit behind him, and he couldn't haul it in. Mules will have to punt, which is the thing the Mules didn't want, and exactly what Salem wanted.
So, as Stanley mentioned a while ago, the Mules have only punted 1 time all season, and long snaps is not their forte.
Let's see who drops back to punt. It is Daren Milner. Sometimes it's Brooks, sometimes it's Daren. This time they'll try Daren.
Kip is also capable of it.
And the Mules need a boomer. Jeremy Ellis to snap. John Warren in motion. Snap is right on the money. Kick is away, and it's a good one. Coming downfield. Oh, it took a bad hop. It hopped Salem's way and is dead at the Mule 47. Instead of rolling upfield, it rolled backwards. So it's dead at the Mules 47, and Salem has what they wanted, Bob. Excellent field position to start their first possession of the third quarter as they try to knock the Mule lead down to 1 touchdown.
Well, now the Mules, they've got to toughen up. They got to get Salem in a spot to either force some kind of a turnover or make them go 3 downs and out and get them fired back up and rolling.
Salem out of the wishbone with a split receiver to the left side. Rob Power, the quarterback, who runs that option so well. He hands it off straight ahead to Weeks, and Weeks is going to be hit and dropped after about, Power kept it, didn't he?
Yes.
He lost a yard back to the 48. Well, he's a good ball handler. I thought Weeks had it for sure, but Power kept it on the option and lost a yard back to the 48. Second and 11 for Salem back at the Salem 48 or Mule 48 yard line with 9:50 to go in the third quarter. The Mules lead 26-13. Come the Wildcats with a run and shoot. It's a little easier to read. Man in motion is Crompton. There's the snap. Power wants to throw the football. He has time. Now he's going to be hit and dropped for a loss on the play. Back down at the 49. Seth Harnden in on the stop for the Mules on the sack.
Give half that sack to that secondary, Stanley. Excellent coverage downfield as Power had no one to throw it to, and he stood in there as long as he could, but the pass blockage broke down, and Harnden nailed him for the sack.
A lot of defensive chalk talking in both locker rooms at halftime, wasn't there?
I believe so.
Third down and 14 now for Salem at the Salem 49. Rob Power sends Crompton in motion. There's the snap. Power wants to throw. Blitz is on. Oh, he gets away from it. He's going upfield, and now he's finally going to be... No, he isn't. He's got the first down. Doggone it. Mules missed him on the blitz as Milner and David were in there, and they couldn't wrap him up. And Power went all the way downfield to the Mule 30, where it's going to be 1st and 10. And that was just a case of some missed tackles, Bob, because they had him for a big loss.
They had him for at least a 10-yard loss and would have made the Wildcats punt.
Yeah, they spotted the 29. Yeah, would have been a punt. Now Salem has a fresh set of downs and momentum. What a run by Power. He got away from the blitz. They had him. He got away from it, and he ran up the left sideline for big yardage. There's the snap. Weeks is going to score, I think. Nope, they bring him down at the 4-yard line. Big hole for Ryan Weeks. Well, boy, the turn of this ball game, what was a 10-yard loss turned into a first down, and now the next play, Weeks rumbles all the way down to the Mule 4-yard line where it's 1st and goal to go. And Salem has an opportunity to cut the Mule lead down to 1 touchdown. 26-13 the Mules, but Salem has 1st and goal at the 4. Power brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Weeks now at the tailback position. Out of a Power eye. There's the snap, and they hand it to him, and he scores. Ryan Weeks rumbles in for the touchdown from 4 yards out with 8:04 left in the third quarter, and the momentum right now belongs to Salem as they now have cut the Mule lead to 26-19, and they're going to go for 2. Big extra point here because the Mules lead by 7. No, they're going to kick. They're going to kick. They'll try to cut it down to a 6-point lead for the Mules. Alessandro Pellegro, the Italian foreign exchange student, to kick. There is the snap. It's high but handled, and the kick is up and good. Mules 26, Salem 20. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. I told you this one wasn't wrapped up by any means. Salem now trails by 6. The kick comes down to John Warren. 15-20. Cuts to the outside. He is hit and dropped at about the 30. Mules start 1st and 10 on the 30, and Bob, I think it would behoove the Mules now to go down and get a score.
Yeah, it really does. As the Mules right now, as Salem has come back with 2 successive scores and have cut the Mule lead to 6 points.
It was 19.
So, yes, the Mules at one time led 26-7.
Here come the Mules out of the huddle, leading 26-20 now. 7:48 to go in the third quarter. Kip Walters takes the snap. Handoff goes to Eric Simpson. He gets a couple out to about the 32, and it'll be a 2nd down and 8 situation. Well, the Mules are going to have to loosen up the Salem defense a little bit, Bob. They're crowding the line of scrimmage, and give Eric 3 on the play to the 33-yard line where it's going to be 2nd down and 7, but they're really crowding that line of scrimmage.
Watch that little pump fake and see Richard going down the sideline.
He's got single coverage over there. There is the snap. There we go to the sideline to Richard Reid, and he dropped the ball. He was open for the first down, but he dropped the football. So it'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Mules. And now a definite passing situation. Jason Baker will bring the play in from Bob Hadfield on the sideline. We'll see what the Mules want to do on 3rd and 7. It is now a ball game, folks. If you're listening back home, you haven't checked in a while, it's now 26-20. Mules on top by 6 with 7:09 to go in the 3rd. 3rd down and 7 for the Mules at their own 33. Walters throws the football complete. Hook and ladder, and Daren Milner is going to be hit and dropped, and he got a few extra yards, but Salem smelled that one out all the way, Bob, and they were with him.
But nonetheless, Mules move the sticks.
Yes, they do.
And about the 47-yard line.
Their own 47. 1st and 10. Here come the Mules out of the huddle. Pro set in the backfield. And now a whistle, and what do we have?
Got an equipment problem with one of the Wildcats.
Oh, okay.
Got a shoulder pad strap that either come loose or unhooked. He's getting it fixed.
Mules have Matt Link out at the split end, Bob, with Richard Reid, I believe, in the slot. There's the snap. Walters wants to throw it and threw it away. They don't give him an intentional grounding, and Scott Stewart's going to raise Cain on that. And so are the Salem fans. Kip just dumped it, Bob, and there wasn't a Mule within a mile of that football.
Kip looked as though he gave the indication that he thought Kurt Robin was going to go outside and Kurt went inside. I don't think that's the case. I think he just threw it away.
Yeah, Kip pulled a fast one. It's no different than that. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Mules at their own 47-yard line. Mules are up the huddle, or out of the huddle at the line. The official having some kind of conference. Hell, they break it up now, and the Mules are ready to go. There's the snap. Pitch out goes to Daren Milner, trying to get upfield. He plows forward into Salem territory to about the 44 to bring up 3rd down and about 3 for the Mules. About a 7-yard pickup for Daren on that play, depending on where they spot it.
I think they're going to spot him back at the 46, Stanley.
Yeah, it's the 46 or 7-yard line. Still 3rd and about 3 for the Mules. Long 3. Here come the Mules out of the huddle. Baker wide to the left. There's the snap. Handoff goes straight ahead to Milner. He's got the first down and more. Daren cuts to the outside. He's brought down at the Salem 33. 1st and 10 for the Mules at the Salem 33-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Mules lead 26-20 and appear to be on the march.
Well, the Mules now, Stanley, are getting a little rhythm going. As you mentioned a minute ago, the pass has kind of brought the people back off that line. And again now, with one-on-one up there, the Mule line is opening up the holes.
1st and 10 for the Mules at the Salem 33-yard line out of the wishbone. There's the snap. And straight ahead go the Mules, and across, well, about to the 30-yard line, about a 3-yard pickup for the Mules. I believe that was Matt Link with the football. It was. And they'll give him right to the 30, where it is a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Mules. A long 7, I might add. 5:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. The clock is moving. The Mules lead 26-20. They have a 2nd down and 7 at the Salem 30. There's the snap, fake pitch. Walters over the middle. It's caught by Milner. 1st and 10 for the Mules at the 12. Daren Milner was quadruple covered, but still went up and got the ball. Mules had a missed pattern on that, too. Richard Reid was right in the same area and drove all the backs over there, but the Mules converted, and it is 1st and 10 for the Mules at the 12-yard line of Salem. 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here come the Mules out of the huddle. Walters takes the snap. Counter play to Daren Milner. Cuts back, still on his feet, inside the 5. They'll put it down probably pretty close to the 5-yard line as he was hit and dropped by Ben Reed. Right on the 5, they put it. 2nd down and about, 3 at the 5-yard line, Bob?
About that, yeah. About 3.
Mules could get a 1st down at the 2. 4.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mules lead 26-20. But now they have a 2nd down and 3 yards to go at the Salem 5-yard line. Kip Walters takes the snap. Quick pop outside, Eric Simpson, touchdown! Kip Walters to Eric Simpson, and he scores from 5 yards out, and the Mules go up 32-20. 4:16 to go here in the third. The extra point attempt is upcoming. And this is a big, big extra point. The Mules need the 2 right here to get a 14-point lead, which would make Salem at some point go for 2 if they want to win the ball game. John Warren comes in from the sidelines. He will run the extra point. Mules huddle up. Now Kip Walters is going to come in and run the extra point. And this is a big, big point. Mules may call a timeout here. They're confused. Ball's been blown into play. Don't get a delay, fellas. Because you know we take a long time to run this extra point with the long count. Mules go with a slot. Now they're switching positions, and the Mules want a timeout. All kinds of confusion out there. The Mules take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here with 4:16 to go here in the third quarter. Mules lead 32-20. Extra point attempt coming up, and Bob, the timeout is justified here because the Mules need the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they really do. As you mentioned, they need to go up by 14 points, and they lead right now by 12 at 32-20 because the Salem Wildcats have an excellent kicking game, and we get the 2-point here, and as you mentioned, then that makes them have to go for 2 somewhere down the line, and it's imminent unless, of course, you know, we're just counting on that's the only score that the Mules are going to get. You know, we can get the ball back and just march it right back down and score again.
Well, that's true, but it does make Scott Stewart change his plans around on what he wants to do if they score again.
Well, you play different down 14 than you do down 12. That's
for sure. No doubt about that. Here come the Mules out of the huddle. Kip Walters still directing traffic out there. They've got the lead blockers in. Brooke Clayton and Marty David are in at halfback and fullback along with Daren Milner. I'll bet you I know what this play is. There's the snap, and Walters bootlegs it. Throws in the end zone. Robbins can't get it. Good coverage on the play. When Walters bootlegged, it looked like he was all alone, but Donnie Lowry came up and made the play. The Mules 32, Salem 20. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Hesterly again, Johnny on the spot on that tackle. And Salem starts in good field position. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line, Bob, and that's, you don't want them to start there. That's just 59 yards away.
Well,
half
you know,
a field.
Again, the Mules had a couple of guys down and missed him. Had a chance to nail him back at about the 25.
And remember the first series of this half, the Mules had Salem in a 3rd and long, and they got out of it. So let's see what the Mules defense can do here. Rolling out on the option is Power. He keeps it. There's a flag down. Thank you. As he gets about 7 yards, but it's going to be a holding on the play, and it's going to come back. The holding call will move it back. Flag is laying at the 45, so it'll go back to the 35, where it'll be 1st down and 15 for Salem. Mules will take the penalty.
Well, they're talking over the Fairfield Mules, and they say we'll take the penalty.
Is that just the first penalty tonight on Salem?
Mark it off.
First one I could
No,
remember?
second one. They had that offsides.
Yeah, that's right.
The Mules have had 1 penalty tonight. What a well-played ball game by 2 very good teams.
Hey, I tell you what, everybody billed it the game of the year. Folks back home, it is the game of the year.
Mules lead 32-20 with 3:49 to go in the third. 1st down and 15 for Salem at their own 35-yard line after the penalty. Man in motion is Crompton. There is a pitch outside on a reverse, and carrying the football for Salem is Donahoe, and he doesn't get much on the play, a couple. Mules had that one snipped out pretty well. Give him 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 13 for Salem at their own 37-yard line. 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Clock is rolling. Mules lead 32-20. I'd dearly love to get the ball back and get another 6 on the board, Bob.
Feel better when
Oh, man. Here come the Wildcats to the line of scrimmage. They send Crompton in motion. There's the snap. Power wants to throw. He has time, and his pass is incomplete. Crompton was wide open, and it went right through his paws. He had beaten the Mule coverage, and it was incomplete. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Third down and 13 now for Salem, back at their own 37-yard line, almost 14, really.
Well, Stanley, here's the key play right here. We had the 3rd and long before a while ago. Had him for a big loss, and he got away and turned it into about a 25-yard gain. Let's see what the Mules do with it here.
Remember, the Mules blitzed. It looked like they had him, and they let him slip away. Mules show pressure again. There's the snap. Power, a short drop, gets his pass away. It's wide open to Crompton. He's got the first down. Crompton right down the middle from the split position, and nobody picked him up. And he's got the first down at the Mule 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for Salem. 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mules 32, Salem 20. Well, Mules didn't hold on that 3rd and long, did they?
No, they didn't. Again, turn it into a big gainer.
Twice Salem's got out of a 3rd and long in this 3rd quarter. Last time they scored after they got out of it. Let's see what they do here. Salem, long count. Mules fake blitz. There's the snap. They hand off to Weeks, and he gets across the 40 to about the 39. About a 3 or 4 yard pickup for Ryan Weeks on the play. Be 2nd down and let's call it 6 for Salem at the Mule 39-yard line. 2:20 to go in the 3rd. Clock is moving. 32-20, the Mules on top. Salem breaks the huddle. 2nd and 6 at the Mule 39. Run and shoot in the backfield. Power wants to throw. He now rolls out of the pocket, and he's going to be hit and dropped after about a yard pickup. Good coverage by the Mules, and the protection was breaking down, so he took off and got about a yard. Oh, he was covered. Warren had him.
Okay.
So 3rd down and about 5 for the Wildcats now at the Mule 38. A minute 38 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mules up 32-20. Salem 3rd and 5 at the Mule 38. Run and shoot in the backfield this time. Rob Power, one of the finer quarterbacks in the league, sets him down. There's the snap. He wants to throw. He gets it away downfield. Almost intercepted by John Warren. Almost caught by Ben Reid. Touchdown that way. Touchdown that way. Nobody caught it.
Both coaches hard skipped a beat.
John Warren went for the interception, got a hand on it. Had he caught it, he's down the sidelines for a score. He didn't get it. Ben Reid had it slither off his hands. He would have been in for a score.
The Salem Wildcats have a man down. That is Courtney Keeler, a 6-foot-tall, 207-pound junior. One of the linemen down there is down, and they're out. I think
Courtney was a freshman. He was a running back. He's grown somewhat bigger.
They have a tendency to do that.
He's a son of Salem assistant coach Greg. Is Greg Kaler?
I don't know.
Wildcats have a 4th down and 5 as they have the ball at about
Could be on there somewhere.
Excuse me just a moment, Mr. Holly, sir. Jim Kaler.
Yeah. And there's Jim right there checking out Courtney on the sideline. So it'll be 4th down and 5 for Salem. And Salem Wildcats all went to the sidelines. The Mule sidelines say, hey, how come that's not a timeout? There's an injured player, but the Wildcats all went to the sidelines, and now the Mules are saying they went over and got a drink. We want a drink.
So they're going to give them a drink.
Yep. Little gamesmanship there is what that is.
Yep.
He'll say, hey, they went over and got a little water while the guy's hurt. We're going to have a little water break, too. We'll be ready in just a moment.
And they say, okay, folks, you've got your little drink. Okay, here we go.
So everybody has
evened up.
Been given their just desserts, I guess, here. And it's a big, big play. It's 4th and 5 for Salem at the Mule 38-yard line. 1:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mules lead in the ball game 32-20. Now an official's timeout.
Brooke Clayton has either a chin strap broken or a
mouthpiece gone or something like that. And they will give him a moment to fix that. And if the Mules don't get it fixed, they'll make him come out and be replaced in the ball game. But I think they're going to let him fix whatever it is, a piece of equipment that he has in disarray.
They have the piece right there. It's Coach Hadfield is working over what it is we cannot tell.
Looks like a chin strap. Now the Mules call a timeout. Mules have been charged with a timeout. I don't know what they called, or they just charged them with one here. So let's take a 30-second pause. This is Fairfield Mules football on WFIW. Now, Scott Fuhrhop decides he's going to come out and talk to the troops since we're on an official timeout. And Salem's over talking to Scott Stewart.
Which is important, Stanley, because that's the Mules' second timeout. They had to take the one on the disarray down there on the extra point while ago. So that's a second timeout of the Mules. They only have one left this half. And that could prove costly down the stretch.
Let's hope it doesn't come back to haunt the Mules. This is a big, big play here in the ball game. Mules lead 32-20 with 1:20 to go in the third. Salem has a 4th down and 5 at the Mule 38-yard line. The Mules hold to get the ball back. If Salem gets a fresh set of downs, he gets a little nail-biting. Power sends Crompton in motion. There's the snap. He wants to throw. Blitz is on. He gets it away. It is complete. Weeks is knocked out of bounds. I don't know whether he got enough for the first day he did on second effort. How did Power get that ball away? He got it away, complete to Weeks, and he rambled up to the 30, Bob. Enough for the first down.
Matter of fact, he's at the 29.
Big, big play for Salem. Power was all but down on the blitz. He threw the ball as he was going down. Weeks caught it. I don't know how he caught it, about a foot off the ground, and he broke out of the pack and got a first down.
Just outstanding play.
Well, the Mules will have to toughen up and try and stop him once again. There's the snap. They hand it off to Weeks. No, check it. Powers keeps it on the option. He's cutting to the outside. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 10. Doggone. Looked like the Mules had him stopped again, Bob, and now they're on the door again. Again, it's just a matter of an eyelash. Marty David almost had him to the ground on the blitz. As Power was going down, he threw the football. Weeks caught it just an inch or two off the ground, and now the next play after the first down, Rob Power runs it down to the 7 where it's 1st and goal.
Again, Stanley, it's that option play. The Mules suck it in. They took for the fake, and when he gets to the outside, there's nobody out there.
Here come the Wildcats out of the huddle. 1st and goal at the Mules 7. Mules lead by 12 with 50 seconds to go in the third, but Salem's knocking at the door. There's the snap. They hand it off to Weeks. Touchdown, Salem. Weeks from 7 yards out, and that cuts the Mule lead down to 6. And let's see what they do on the extra point here. Mules 32, Salem 26. What a ball game. What a ball game. Here come the Wildcats to go for one. Alessandro Pelego will kick. He's been perfect the times he's kicked. Mules by 6. Salem trying to cut it to 5. Kick is blocked. Kick is blocked by Daren Milner. Big, big play there. Mules lead by 6. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW.
There, Stanley.
Yeah, that makes Salem do something on the next extra point. If they'd made that, all they would have to do is score a touchdown to take the lead. No extra point would have been a moot point. Salem kicks it off, coming downfield. John Warren at the 12, 15, 20, 25, cuts it up and is hit and dropped back at about the 30. The Wildcats down there in a big group driving back from the 30-yard line where the Mules will start. Well, they put him at the 29. 1st and 10 for the Mules at their own 29. 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the Mules lead 32-26 over the Salem Wildcats and need to take it downfield and get a touchdown, Bob.
Yeah, they really do, Stanley, and then get the 2-point conversion and put them back up by 14.
There's the snap. Straight ahead goes Eric Simpson. Cuts to the outside. He's got about 7 or 8. Mules offensive line still doing the job. Eric gets good yardage out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line, where it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 2 for the Mules. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Mules will not run another play here in the third period. After 3 quarters of play, it's the Fairfield Mules 32, the Salem Wildcats 26. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Well, in what has been dubbed as the game of the year, Bob, we're seeing just that. It's an outstanding football game.
What a ball game. As you mentioned a while ago, Stanley, the one thing that is really the thing that you really like about the ball game, we've only had 3 penalties called in the whole ball game.
It's been very well played by both teams. Mules lead by 6, 32-26 as we start the 4th quarter. Mules have a 2nd and 2 at their own 37. Handoff goes to Daren Milner. He's got the first down and more. He's all the way out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line where the Mules have a first down. Well, the Mules have not been able to stop the Wildcats this half, Bob, but the Wildcats haven't been able to stop the Mules this half either.
What a 2 good football teams, Stanley. 2 good football teams.
Scott Stewart was quoted this week as saying, "I hope it's not 42-40. My heart couldn't take it." It may be. Walters takes the snap. He pitches out to Daren Milner. He gets a block and is going to be, well, he squirms away and gets upfield further. What a run. Do we have a face mask on the play?
We have a flag.
Where is the flag? It's right near the tackle.
That's usually a face mask where
It
that
could be a
is.
holding. Let's see what they talk about on this. Face mask. Baby. Thank you. It'll move it up 15. That'll put the Mules into Salem territory.
Oh, yeah, that's a no-brainer, guys. We'll take it.
Yeah, they asked the Mules, do you want it? And, of course, they do. It'll move the ball down to the Salem 38-yard line where the Mules will have it 1st and 10. 11:33 left in the game. The Mules 32, Salem 26. Bob, I told somebody earlier this week I didn't think the Mules were capable of giving up 30 points. They haven't yet, but my goodness. There's the snap. Walters hands it off. Milner straight ahead. Fumble, Salem ball. Milner fumbled the football, and Salem gets it at the 35, and that's the break that Salem wanted. They're 6 points behind and have the football at their own 35. The Mule defense is going to have to suck it up now. They've had times, Bob, when they look like they've had Salem pinned back, but the Cats have always squirmed out of the hole in this second half. The Mules are going to have to pin them down this time, make sure they finish off the tackles and the plays and hold them here and get the ball right back. Salem with a wishbone backfield. Rob Power takes the snap on the option, turns it up, and he gets pretty good yardage, about 7 or 8. That play has really hurt the Mules tonight, that option. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 3 for Salem as he gets out to the Salem 43. 2nd down and 2, let's call it, the Salem 43. 10:40 left in the game. The Mules lead by 6. But after the turnover, Salem has a 2nd and 2 at their own 43. There's the snap. They hand off to Weeks. He's got the first down. He's out to the Salem 49 where it's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. And the Mules need a break now, a fumble or something like that, Bob. Well, they put him back at the 47, but it is a first down. 10:20 to go in the game. Mules lead by 6. Salem has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. This will be a good series to hold them here, boys. Double splits, wishbone in the backfield for the Wildcats. There's the snap. Fumble! It's the Mules ball. Matt Link has got it. The Mules have recovered the fumble. Matt Link has it at the 49. Well, that's what the Mules needed, Bob, a break, and they got it. That's Salem's 4th turnover tonight. 2 fumbles and an interception. Now 3 fumbles and an interception.
Now 3 now.
1st and 10 for the Mules at the Mule 49. They're 51 yards away from what would be a big, big touchdown to get.
Scott Stewart said he didn't know if his heart can stand it. I don't know if mine can, Stanley. This is what a ball game.
Out of the bone come the Mules. Handoff goes to Daren Milner. He slashes ahead for about 4 into Salem territory to the Salem 47-yard line. 9:36 left in the game. The clock is not a factor yet. Well, they put him to the 48. Only a 3-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 7 for the Mules at the Salem 48. Clock is not a factor yet, Bob, but soon will be.
Well, the Mules need right now, as you mentioned a while ago, they need about a good 6-7 minute drive down and score the touchdown.
Walters Takes the snap. Handoff goes to Milner. Reverse to Richard Reid. Flags down. It's all coming back on a hold. So just go down, Richard. They may decline this. He didn't get any yardage. Bring up 3rd and 8. So we'll see what the Wildcats do here. To bring up 3rd and 8, Bob, at the 48-yard line. They might decline this.
I think I would, Stanley.
Down by 6. They might decline this.
As we look at...
they're calling for the Salem captain, Rob Power, coming over to give the indication. They haven't made a choice yet as to whether they want the play or the penalty. Mules are huddling up back at their own 35. They assume they're going to get the penalty. Still discussing it. We're going to walk it off. So the down will remain second, but a 10-yard penalty on the Mules will go from the spot of the foul and should put it back at the 43. And it does. So second down and 17 for the Mules at their own 43-yard line with 9:07 to go in the game. The Mules lead 32-26. Don't get silly here and throw an interception. Make it a good one. Here come the Mules with the pro set. There's the snap. They fake the pitch out. Down the middle, intended for Kurt Robbins, and incomplete. Kurt had been knocked off stride by the Salem's linebacker, Brian Patton, and could not get to the ball. And Kip Walters out asking about an interference call. None is forthcoming. 3rd down and 17 for the Mules. And that was a clean play. He was hit before the ball was released. So no flag was forthcoming there. I thought he was anyway. I thought it was a clean play. This big play here. Mules got to, if they don't get the first down, they at least got to get some yardage. You don't want to punt from here. Walters looks over the Salem defense. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch. Is hit and dropped for a sack. First sack of the year given up by the Mules. And that goes to Todd Nielsen, a 6'3", 195-pound senior. That's the first time this season Kip Walters has been sacked.
Stanley, Kip was looking to the right, and Nielsen came from the left and blindsided him. He didn't even know what was coming.
And the Mules will have to punt. They punted once tonight, and it was a good punt. Daren Milner back to kick. Jeremy Ellis will snap. We need a big kick out of Daren here. There's John Warren in motion. Snap is high but handled. Kick is end over end and coming downfield and should take a Mule roll, and it does. Oh,
what a
baby!
punt.
All right, inside the 10, all the way down to the 7. Way to go, Daren. It rolls dead at the Salem 7. 8 minutes and 1 second left in the game.
About a 56-yard punt.
Salem is 93 yards away from the end zone and a tying touchdown. But who knows?
Yeah.
Well, a big punt there. That was a great play. First sack of the year on Kip Walters made the Mules punt. And they'll call it 1st and 10 for Salem at the 7. Salem 7. Mules would like to hold Salem down here and get the ball back. But Salem has been moving the ball well this second half. There's the snap on the option play. Powers rolls out, and Matt Hodges and Kurt Robbins wrap him up at about the 8. Just a yard pickup there. They bring up 2nd and 9.
Clayton.
Oh, yeah, Brooke Clayton. Matt Hodges is injured on the play. And slow to get up. Dr. Jones is going to come out and look at him. They stop the clock with 7:24 to go to check on the injured Mule, which is Matt Hodges. I don't know what he's got. Looks like he got hit in the chops, quite frankly. They're checking his face, and we'll see what the situation is here. 7 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the game. The Mules 32, Salem 26. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Mules, or for the Wildcats, at the Wildcats' 8-yard line. So the Mules, Bob, would like to hold Salem down here, make them punt the ball, and get it back with decent field position.
They're going to let each team get water.
Yeah, it's still a warm night here.
But
What happened to that cold front that was supposed to come through and cool everything off?
I don't know.
Didn't make it, did it?
No, it'll probably hit about the middle of tomorrow afternoon when I'm setting up in Chambana and the wind will start whistling through the horseshoe. And
Up there it will, yeah. It's always cold at Champaign. It's cold there in July. Matt Hodges still being attended to. It looks like something up in the face area.
He's going to get up.
This will likely up. Danny Hesterly is in at the corner.
He is. Good hand from the Salem crowd. Very appreciative, Stanley. Hey, they appreciate it. This is a great game.
Oh, everybody's got to love this game. This is a great football game. I just hope we hold 6-point lead and beat them. This has been a great ball game. And Danny Hesterly, who's played well in spots when he's come into the varsity lineup. You wonder about a sophomore at corner, but Danny will do all right.
Well, we've got a sophomore at safety right behind him.
I don't think they'll throw it down here anyway. But you never know. 2nd and 9 for Salem at their own 8-yard line. 7:15 to go in the game. Mules lead by 6. There's the snap. Power on the keeper is close to the first down. He may have it.
Pinned on the spot.
I think he's got it. It is going to be very close.
He's got it.
And it is, yeah, it's a first down. 1st and 10 for Salem out to their own 18-yard line. So they're out of the first hole. There's another hole they got to dig out of now. It would really behoove the Mules to hold them on this side of the field. Out of the run and shoot come the Wildcats. Power looks over the Mule defense. Takes the snap. Weak straight ahead. Breaks the first tackle. Gets out to about the 25. Brooke Clayton got him after he slipped away at the line of scrimmage. About a 7-yard carry for Weeks. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 for Salem at their own 25. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. The clock is moving. We should move a little quicker.
Call upstairs and put that baby on fast forward.
Out of the run and shoot come the Wildcats. Rob Power's been the man tonight. There's the snap. And this time he gives it off to Weeks, who's got big yardage up to the 37. Weeks on the option took the handoff and got up to the 37. Maybe the 38. It'll be another first down for Salem. Still in Salem territory, but a 1st and 10 for Salem at their own 38-yard line, let's call it. And they have 6:13 to go in the game. The clock now moving. Mules lead by 6, but Salem is driven from their own 7 out to their own 38, and they have a first down. Power sets them down. There's the snap. And on the option, Power keeps the ball, and he's got a lot of room. He's down the sideline. He's all the way in the Mule territory at the 28. Flag down, flag down, flag down. Come on back.
Mule sidelines clapping. It's going to be a hold against Salem. It's going to bring it all back.
And that's going to be from the spot of the foul, which is the 42, which will put it back at the Salem 32, Bob.
It's holding against Salem.
Big play there. Major, major penalty on the Wildcats in that situation because Rob Power ran the option all the way down to the Mule 28. This penalty will put it all the way back to the Salem 32.
Ooh, what a turnaround there.
Is that a big penalty? 5:51 to go in the game. Mules lead by 6, 32 to 26. What a football game this has been. Yeah, they put it at the 33, where it's going to be first down and about 15 for Salem. Yeah, it's still first down. I forgot about that.
Yep.
And here come the Wildcats out of the huddle. Mules desperately trying to shut them down. Clinging to a 6-point lead. Man in motion. There's the snap. Power rolls out. Wants to throw the football. It's that screen pass. It's caught by a lineman. That cannot be legal. That cannot be legal. It's caught by a lineman. That's an illegal forward pass.
Yeah, here comes the flag.
Yeah, there it is. Finally, that is an now they all throw one down. That's an illegal forward pass and loss of down.
How much is the penalty?
I think it's 5, but it's loss of down. The ball was caught by Adam Bandy, and he can't catch the football. He is a guard.
That's right. And it was not he's not a tackle. Wasn't a tackle eligible.
No. He was out on the screen, and it is an illegal forward pass against Salem. And that should also be loss of down. Well, ineligible receiver. That may be different than illegal forward pass. Illegal forward pass is a loss of down. Ineligible receiver is a different ball of wax. And that's a proper call, ineligible receiver.
Nonetheless.
But it's a big walk-off, an ineligible receiver.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
And loss of down.
And loss of down. So it's going to be second and about, oh, goodness.
The ball goes all the way back to the 20 of the Wildcats. They have to get up to the 48. That's 28 yards. Second and 28 for Salem. 5:15 left in the game. The clock now moves. Power wants to throw the football. Gets his pass away. Complete to Crumpton. He's out of bounds. Well shy of the first down. But he got the clock stopped with 5:09 to go in the game. That'll bring up third down and long for Salem. Here we go again with another third and long, Bob. And can the Mules shut him down?
The thing we're looking at now, too, Stanley, with 5:09 to go, and with the way the Mules have controlled the ball, Scott Stewart might gamble here, thinking he might not get the football back. He may go for it on fourth,
depending on how close he gets.
Depending on how much they get here.
Let's see if the Mules blitz here, too, on third and long. Third and about 16. Power takes the snap, and the handoff goes to Weeks, and he gets not a dime. They just ran Weeks off tackle for nothing. Marty David, Daren Milner, unusual call there.
Well, now it's fourth, and
Salem calls a timeout. 4:54 to go in the game. The Mules 32, Salem 26. It'll be fourth down and 16 for Salem. We'll be back in 30. This is Mules football. It's going to be fourth down and about 16 for Salem. They have to get up to their own 48 for a first down.
Stanley is, I feel Salem's going to go for it, or they wouldn't have called the timeout.
Well, sure, they're going to go for it. And the thing that I wonder about, though, what were they trying to catch the Mules napping, maybe?
I guess.
Well, the Mule linebackers went right to Weeks and just smacked him.
Well, the thing of it is, we mentioned a minute ago, Weeks.
Oh, they're back to punt.
Well, why did they call the timeout?
I don't know. This is a fake punt.
Well, it could be.
Mules don't have anybody back. Now John Warren's going to go back. Courtney Kaler is back to kick. How about a snap over his head?
That'd be nice.
4:54 left. Mules will likely set up the return, and they do. Kick is away. John Warren calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 38-yard line. And that's where the Mules will start first and 10 at their own 38 after the fair catch. 4:48 left in the game. The Mules 32 and the Wildcats 26. How many timeouts does Salem have now?
They have two left. Mules have one left.
Mules need 3 first downs to put this away. Provided they're all running first downs. One of the Wildcats injured on the play, and they're going to attend to him. I can't tell who that is.
Stanley, I tell you what, well, I'm not going to guess. I've got an idea who it is. If it is, it's big trouble for Salem. It looks like
it's Rob Power, the quarterback.
And that is a big blow for Salem. He has done an outstanding job
Well,
tonight.
let's hope it's nothing serious. Just knock the wind out of him or something. Although it looks like they're checking an arm out.
Oh, and he has done an excellent job in the defensive secondary tonight.
No, I think that's all it is wind. They're just trying to get him a little air right now.
I think so. He's went the whole ball game.
Well, good. I don't want to see anybody hurting this ball game. This is too good a football game. It'll be first and 10 for the Mules at their own 38-yard line with 4:48 to go. The Mules lead 32-26. What a game.
Power's up and coming off the field.
Yeah, he just had the wind knocked out of him. And that's good to see. And the Mule fans give him a round of applause.
Mule fans, good job, Mule fans.
And now he trots off the field, so he'll be all right.
I think you're right. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Well, one thing about it, he'll not be at the corner at the moment. Let's see if Nathan Smith, the sophomore, can get burned here. Although I bet the Mules run it. There is the snap. Straight ahead goes Matt Link across the 40 to about the 41 or 2. Pretty good gain there on the play. 3-4 yards. Clock will keep rolling. They put it at the 41-yard line. Let's call it a 4-yard gain, or second down and a long 6 for the Mules at their own 41-yard line. 4.5 minutes left in the game.
Mules need to take a little time here now. They don't need to be in any hurry. The ball's just been blown in. They still got about 20 seconds yet to get the play off.
If the Mules can take it downfield and put one in, that definitely will put it away. Flag down. Somebody lined up offsides or doesn't have a mouthpiece in or a chin strap buckled or something. And it all depends on who it's against here.
This looks like it's against Salem.
Dead ball foul, encroachment on the Wildcats. So instead of 2nd and 6, it's 2nd and 1.
Todd Nielsen, Stanley, lined up, the defensive end, lined up in that neutral zone across the ball. Cost the Wildcats 5 yards.
Well, that was a short walk, wasn't it? 2nd and a long one for the Mules.
And the clock rolls again and took about 20 seconds off that clock.
There'll be less than 4 minutes when the Mules get this play off. 32-26, the Mules lead. We are now inside of 4 minutes as the Mules come to the line of scrimmage. Out of the wishbone with a 2nd and 1. There's the snap. Handoff Daren Milner. First down and more. Down to the Salem 45 where the Mules will have it 1st and 10. With 3:49 to go in the game, they stop the clock to move the sticks. Hurry those guys up over there. Box is set. Blow it in. Blow it in. They do. They are slow on the trigger up there, but it's now moving. We're on the road, aren't we, Bob?
Easy, Stan. Easy, Stan. You're
on the road, aren't we? It'll be about 3.5 minutes left when the Mules get this play off, and they have a 1st and 10 at the Salem 45. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Daren Milner. He's got big yardage. He is across the 40 to about the 37-yard line. And bring up 2nd and about 3 for the Mules, and there'll be less than 3 minutes when the Mules snap the ball this time.
Again, Stanley, what an outstanding job that offensive line's doing right now. They're just blowing holes right there, and the secondary is having to do all the tackling, Stan.
And we are now down to 3 minutes to go in the game. Now we're under 3 minutes to go. The Mules lead 32-26 and have a 2nd down and 2 at the Salem 37-yard line.
Free play here.
There's the snap. Matt Link is spun around, still spun around. He got about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Mules. So Mules have to get another yard for the 1st down. As he got to the 36, it's 3rd down and a long 1 for the Mules, and they'll probably be about 2 minutes to go when this play is snapped.
They can run a second under 2 minutes, 2:24 whenever they blew it in. We're looking at 2:19 right now.
So let's don't get it too far down and get a penalty for the 3rd and 1 here. Walters brings him up to the line at 2:10. 3rd and a yard. There's the snap. Eric Simpson, he is going to get the 1st down, I believe. Depends on the spot of the ball, but if they give him the 35, that should be enough for the 1st down, Bob. Oh, another really questionable spot there.
And the Mules sideline is having a fit.
They're going to bring the chains in. I don't think he's got it. I think he's about 2 inches short, and it's going to bring up 4th down. There are exactly 2 minutes left in the ball game. This is a big, big measurement because the Mules will go for it on 4th, but you never know on 4th down. Let's get it right here. They stretch it. It is.
He's got it.
Oh, it's just so close.
Oh, my.
They're short by less than an inch. Less than an inch. Now, if Walters goes on the sneak this time and they don't get it, Bob, something's wrong at bedrock. 4th down. Clock starts, or should start. Now the sticks are set. Blow it in. Mules are at the line of scrimmage. They still haven't blown the ball in play. Bob Hadfield says go back and huddle up. Now they start the clock. Now we're inside of 2 minutes. 4th down and an inch for the Fairfield Mules at the Salem 35. This, in all likelihood, Bob, is the play of the game.
Has to be right here.
Here come the Mules to the line of scrimmage at 1:39 to go. Milner's got the first down. 1st and 10, Mules at the Salem 32. That ought to do it. Salem does have 2 timeouts, though. The clock will stop to move the sticks. Salem uses one of their 2 timeouts. We'll pause for a half a minute. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW. Whoa, baby, what a big first down for the Fairfield Mules. As the Mules actually ran off tackle on 4th and an inch, which kind of surprised me, but he got out there, Bob.
I really thought we'd see the sneak again by Kip Walters, but nonetheless.
Well, you know, we haven't hit a good spot on that at all.
Yeah, but I was talking with our counterpart over here, Bill Heifner, during the break there, and I said, man, I'm all out, and he said, I'm glad we're not out there.
Oh.
What a game, folks. I tell you what, they billed it the game of the year, and it's been everything they said it would be.
This is without a doubt the 2 top teams in the NEC, Bob, battling right here. 1st and 10 for the Mules at the Salem 32. Hold on to the pumpkin. Daren Milner straight ahead.
Look out.
And he's all the way down to the Salem 15 with 1:25 to go. That'll stop the clock on the first down.
As the rain starts to fall.
Yeah, it's just now starting to rain here in Salem. Well, they put it at the 16, 1st and 10 for the Mules, and the clock moves. So it'll be down to about a minute when the Mules snap this one. Salem has a timeout left.
Well, I'll tell you what, Stanley, it's been such a great evening here. Great weather for football and 2 great teams playing.
Wet ball, be careful. 1st and 10 for the Mules at the 16. There's the snap. Handoff goes straight ahead to Milner. Daren breaking tackles. Still on his feet all the way down to the 6. Close to a first down.
They stop the clock. I think they're going to measure.
Yeah, it's either going to be a measurement or a first down here.
It's first down. 1st
and goal to go for the Mules at the 6 with less than a minute to play. Crank it up.
Salem has called their last timeout.
We'll pause for 30. You're listening to Mules football on WFIW.
56 seconds left in the ball game. Mules 32, Wildcats 26, first down at the 7.
For the Fairfield Mules, a goal-to-go situation. Bob, they're out of timeouts, right?
They're out.
2 snaps and it's over.
2 snaps and it's over.
I
don't think the Mules, I think they'll just down it. I don't think they'll try to punch it in.
Don't do anything silly here. Of course, obviously, a touchdown would put it away.
Well, yes, but...
just run your basic offense. I don't think they'll kneel down, Bob, but I don't think they'll get fancy either.
No, that's what I mean. No, I don't think we'll go to kneel down yet.
Clock will start at the snap. Mules are at the line of scrimmage. 1st and goal at the 7. 56 seconds left. Mules lead by 6.
Oh, yeah.
They just go down. You see that? 4 Mules surrounded Kip Walters and actually brought him down. So he wouldn't, the ball would never get away. So it's 2nd down, back at the 10.
And it's blown in right now.
Okay, the Mules can run it down to 12.
To 12 before they have to snap.
Mules are up the line of scrimmage, and coaches are saying, get back, get back.
Kip says, that's okay, we're not going to snap yet. As it's under 20 now.
Okay, he'll fall down. That's the game, because they won't even snap the ball now, and Salem's out of timeouts.
Sidelines are
the ball
going
game.
That's it.
The Fairfield Mules will go to 4-0 on the campaign, 3-0 in the NEC, as they knock off the Salem Wildcats here tonight in Salem, 32-26, in what was an absolutely gorgeous high school football game. This was high school sports at its best. It was outstanding all night long. The Mules win it here tonight, 32-26 over the Salem Wildcats. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the ball game. Stay tuned for the Napa Auto Parts postgame show coming up next.